After an incredible night from Lu Dort, the Utah Jazz find a way to get a win. This is the Hoops Nerd postgame show. Look, you can't stop Lu Dort. You can only hope to contain him. After tonight, if there was any question that Lu Dort is a high-level player that can play for basically any team in the league that's contending for a championship, tonight answered it. This guy is an absolute beast. When Lu Dort is hitting shots, he's unreal. I mean, honestly, at a certain point, you're just like, you know what, OKC, all these draft picks, who even cares? You have Lu Dort. Just build around Lu Dort and let him roll because he's as good as anybody. I mean, we all know that he's not this type of shooter every single night, but who knows? He goes from being undrafted to a G League stud who comes in as one of the best defenders in the league, and now he's just figured out how to score and being a solid contributor. Lu Dort is incredible, and that contract might be the best contract in the league. Robert Hall first. Ryan Perry, what's up? Robert Hall, okay. You guys are just talking to each other, not to me. But anyways, Lu Dort is incredible. He really is. He's, in my opinion, probably the best perimeter defender in the NBA just because of how versatile he is. He can defend basically everyone except for probably rolling centers. You know, he can guard the small, quick guards in the league. So the Damian Lillards, the Donovan Mitchells out there. And then he can also guard the bigger wings. He can guard, I mean, we saw what he did when he guarded LeBron. I mean, no one stops LeBron, but Lu Dort was close. I mean, he did some nice things guarding LeBron, and you've seen what he does against Harden. I mean, he's a Harden stopper, which is incredible. And then when you combine tonight that Lu Dort scores, let's see, it was like 41. What was it? Lu Dort, wrong game I pulled up. Dang it. Oh, what a shame. We've ruined the show tonight. NBA.com. All right, so we pull it up. Lu Dort had like 40-something points tonight. Lu Dort, let's see, 42 points for Lu Dort. He shot 7 for 11 from 3. It was actually incredible, his ability to hit the shot. I mean, it reminds me of his game in the playoffs last year where he dang near won that final game. I think it was the final, like the game 7 for OKC, where he was just hitting shots. He was unreal. And when you consider his defense, too, when he's guarding Harden, I mean, there's just not a lot of... I just can't say enough good things about Lu Dort. I mean, with his defense on James Harden, I mean, I would give a lot to have Lu Dort on my team, and I just don't know if he's even for sale in any way, shape, or form for the Thunder. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Lu Dort is like who they're building around. Fantastic couple of players they can start to build with and grow. I mean, honestly, Lu Dort is an absolute blue chipper. He's unbelievable. And the other thing about him that's just wild is he just doesn't seem to get tired. Like, he doesn't seem to just slow down. He just has, like, one of his talents is just that motor, and he just looks like, you know, it's like Terminator 2. He's like that Terminator guy that like loses his arm and it just grows back and he turns it into like a knife, and you're like scared of him when he's chasing your car and stuff. That's like what Lu Dort is, but when he's like coming out to contest the 3-point line, and then he just like envelops you with his incredible defense. He's unbelievable. He's like Venom in Spider-Man, basically, because, you know, tonight he really did a good job against Donovan Mitchell. He always does. Tonight, Donovan Mitchell was 7 for 16, which was actually pretty good. 22 points. One of my favorite plays, and so, everything else, OKC didn't have anyone else playing. It would have been kind of fun to watch Poku, but he didn't play. So there's not a lot else to say about Oklahoma City, but if I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, you've got to be happy about Shai, and you got to be happy about Lu, because he's incredible. And Shai's nice. He's nice. For Utah, you have Donovan Mitchell, who 4 for 9 from 3, 7 for 16 from the field. He was a nice efficiency tonight, considering he's scored the last few nights, but a lot of his efficiency has come from going to the free throw line. Tonight, Donovan still got 6 free throws. And like we've said, if Donovan can average 6+ free throws per game, that's up there with the elite in the league. You know, I think like Kawhi Leonard averages like 7 free throws a game. If you're in that range, you're in that nice scorers just range. That's where you get those points consistently every single night. Tonight, Donovan Mitchell gets to the line 4 for 6, 4 for 9 from 3, which is great, 44%. He scores 22, and he had 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Just a solid night from Donovan. One of the little plays that I noticed, and it made me really happy, and it ended up in a bad Ersan shot, but it made me happy because what it was is Donovan Mitchell was like in isolation with Lu Dort on him. And we all know what Lu Dort can do in isolation on defense. He's out of his mind. He's incredible. Like, he's stopping everyone. And there are times this season where it feels like Donovan sees that and he takes it like as a challenge. Like, oh, I need to take on Lu Dort and I need to prove that I can beat him to the rim and score. Instead, Donovan did a few between the legs. He kind of realized like, hey, is this worth it? He passed it off. And I loved it. It was amazing. Why? Because Donovan Mitchell is growing. You don't have to just like take everything and try to to score on everybody at all times. Like sometimes it's okay to like let your teammates go. Like let Mike Conley take on their second best guy, especially if you're playing the Thunder. Their best player tonight on the floor was Lu Dort. Give it to Conley, give it to someone else and let them beat whatever 2K creative player is left on the Thunder tonight, Robert Hall, $2.99. Thank you, friend. Dort was a freight train, but we have a minivan. That's right. That's who we're going to talk about next. In fact, let's just segue. But anyways, I really loved seeing Donovan Mitchell do that. That's growth. That's maturity. It's nice to see. Donovan using his teammates and recognizing mismatches is a big-time thing. A lot of times, Donovan can just be the best player on the floor by like just taking their best defender, Lu Dort, and allowing someone else to beat a inferior defender. I mean, that's just sometimes what you got to do. Sometimes you win the game by just being the decoy, and it's fine. And it was really nice to see. But Robert Hall was right. The other guy tonight for the Utah Jazz that was amazing, George Niang, I think at the Iowa State Cyclone, I was going to say, but I'm wrong, so I ruined that. But George Niang was incredible. The minivan was a beast tonight. 10 rebounds, double-double, 18 points for George Niang. He was 6 for 13 from 3, and he was important. George Niang hitting those threes for the Jazz in the first half when the Jazz are just exhausted. Because, by the way, this is the 5th game in 7 nights for the Utah Jazz. They've got to be exhausted. Just exhausted. And so George Niang hitting threes consistently like that is incredible. It's incredible. That was so big. And it's so nice to see George Niang hitting threes and consistently contributing. He's passing the ball, although sometimes his passes are a little like, woo, George, just shoot the ball. But he was nice. George Niang was nice tonight, and you've got to give credit to George. And by the way, he's not much different than he's been in the past. I don't know why last year people were complaining about Niang so much. Like, everyone seemed to just, anytime anything went wrong with the Jazz, it was like George's fault. Let's forget that, some of the stuff going on last year was Mike Conley couldn't honestly play. Mitchell and Gobert were just like, the chemistry problems were apparent. And like we've said before, those things were real. That was not George Niang's fault. And the Jazz were weak bench. Like, George Niang last year was playing with Emmanuel Mudiay, Ed Davis, Jeff Green, who didn't want to play with the Jazz. It was terrible. And everyone seemed to blame George Niang for it. Lo and behold, you put George Niang on the floor with Mike Conley, who's playing really well, like all-star level this year, literally. You play him with Jordan Clarkson, who's passing the ball, having like a career-high assist average. And you're playing with a better big in Derek Favors. And lo and behold, George Niang is really solid. Guess what? He's not that different. He's really not. Go watch the film. He made nice plays last year too, but people didn't pay attention. They just wanted to have some sort of scapegoat, and it's weird. Why do we have scapegoats? Ryan Perry, the legend, again coming big tonight. Ryan Perry, thank you, sir. $2.99. Why won't Quinn play the youngins? I don't know, Ryan. Let's get in focus here. What's going on? There we go. Ryan Perry is the legend. I just like saying your name, Ryan. Ryan Perry, the legend. Ryan, you're the champion of this channel. It's not me, it's you. But anyways, why won't Quinn play Elijah Hughes? It's so, honestly, Ryan, this is one thing that I've been thinking about too. And I want to get to Conley. By the way, I see your comments about Conley. We'll talk about Conley. But first, I just want to say, Jerrell Brantley plays tonight. And guess what? Jerrell Brantley comes in. Jerrell Brantley was a +7 plus minus. He scored 10 points. He was 2 for 3 from 3, and he was 4 for 5 from the field. He had an assist. He had 4 rebounds. You know what's nice? Having someone at the 4 spot who can rebound the ball. It's kind of nice, right? It's pretty nice. And he's athletic, and he's big, and he can play in the post, and he can pass the ball. It was nice. I don't know why Quinn has these things against our own young players, but he will and I thought about this during the game. I tweeted it. It's like, imagine you're Jerrell Brantley or Juwan Morgan or Elijah Hughes, and you're like busting your butt to like get better and to improve and do the things that Quinn Snyder and Justin Zanuck and Dennis Lindsay are asking you to do by improving your game. And they go and get Ersan Ilyasova and Matt Thomas, and those guys immediately get the benefit of the doubt. Those guys immediately get to be on the floor and play. Let's just look at Matt Thomas's numbers tonight, all right? And I'm not here to like bash Matt Thomas. I think Matt Thomas has a chance to be nice. 2 for 10 from the field. 1 for 8 from 3. 3 rebounds. And this should show turnovers because he had 2 times at the end of shot clocks that he should have shot the ball, and it cost the Jazz a possession. So really, he should have 2 turnovers. Terrible. Why is he getting the benefit of the doubt from Quinn over our own guy that we drafted? By the way, Elijah Hughes didn't get even a sniff of the court tonight, and I don't understand it, Ryan. I don't understand. Elijah Hughes is going to be nice. You can mark my words. Mark my words. I told you guys George Niang was a contributor. I told you Jerrell Brantley's nice. And look what happens. He gets on the floor and look what happens. People who are hating on Jerrell Brantley need to go watch some G League games. I actually interviewed Jerrell Brantley post G League game. He was not interested in talking to me. But I talked to him, and he's big, and he is nice. Even though he didn't want to talk to me after the game, he wanted to go home. But anyways, I'm really happy for Jerrell Brantley to show up. I wish Quinn would play Juwan Morgan. Why is Ersan Ilyasova playing over Juwan Morgan, guys? I don't understand. Why? Juwan Morgan showed that he can play in a playoff game and help you big time. And somehow he has not earned minutes for Quinn. I don't get it. And I just don't want to hear any more about defense from our players. Like last year, we're gonna get Emmanuel Mudiay, and if he can play defense, he's gonna play. Emmanuel Mudiay was not good last year. Emmanuel Mudiay is out of the league. He was dumpster juice last year. It was terrible. But Quinn plays him because why? Because Quinn picks favorites and he plays them. And I don't understand. And last game, why? Trent Forrest played 12 minutes and he had zeros across the board, except for like 1 assist, and he hasn't played since. Everyone gets the benefit of the doubt besides our own guys. Trent Forrest new to the team this year, and Quinn plays him. Ersan Ilyasova tonight. Let's look at Ersan Ilyasova's stats. 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. He was a -1 with 2 fouls and a turnover. Woo! He did have a steal. We'll give him that and 2 rebounds. But wow, Quinn. That guy was killing it, Quinn. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's the type of night you just can't get over. My gosh, Quinn. How did that guy... Gotta play that guy, right? Elijah Bard. I love the name, baby. Don number 9 in scoring in the NBA right now. Play Elijah. Yes. Play Elijah. Elijah knows correctly. All Elijahs are good. Elijah Bards and Elijah Hughes. If you're an Elijah, you're right and you're good. But yes, I agree with you, Elijah. The Jazz need to play Elijah. I have a cousin, Elijah, but he goes by Eli. I wonder if Elijah Hughes goes by Eli. I don't know. He also went by Big E. I don't know. Maybe we can call him Eli Hughes. I don't know. But anyways, I wish that he would play him. I don't get it. Like, what have we proven now, Quinn? That you were wrong. You were wrong, Quinn. Sorry. I love you, Quinn. But these, like, end of the bench decisions and these rotation decisions that Quinn makes with the bench are so weird. They're so weird. You watch Elijah Hughes play for 5 minutes and that guy's got it. He's got it. Like anyone who watches him play, he's got it. All you guys, Ryan, DW to CB, all you, Robert Hall, all you guys, Jorge Arizaga, Matt Trineman, all you guys are as smart as me. You guys know good basketball when you're watching it. You guys know. You watch Elijah Hughes for like 3 minutes. And you know. It doesn't take a lot. Shantheric, Elijah Bard, Elijah should play. He should. He just should. And I don't want to hear anything about defense because Quinn Snyder played Matt Thomas. He played Matt Thomas. So don't tell me about defense. Don't tell me about defense, Quinn. I don't want to hear it because we're playing Elijah Hughes, or we're playing Matt Thomas and Trent Forrest. And you know what else is confusing? The Trent Forrest thing actually confuses me even more. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, isn't Elijah Hughes the exact type of player that Quinn likes to play? He's got size. He's like 6'5". He shoots the ball. He can handle and he can pass. Like, he's everything you want in Quinn's offense. He can do all the 3 things. Shoot, pass, drive. All of them. Makes good decisions. Like he does. We were only blessed with like 1.5 minutes of minutes for Elijah Hughes. And he was awesome. Awesome. But like, for whatever reason, Quinn's devoted to Matt Thomas. 1 for 8. We traded a 2nd round pick for him. Great. I don't really care. But like, the Trent Forrest minutes last game hurt my feelings. Like, does Quinn Snyder, does he watch the Hoops Nerd channel and just say, screw that guy? Is that what he does? Because I'm starting to wonder. Friends. Eric C., by the way, your championship. Eric C. stands for coolest man on the planet. C stands for champion. C stands for captain of my heart. Eric C., thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate it. Eric C., Big E, captain. But anyways, we play Trent Forrest. He can't shoot. And he's small. So it makes no sense. Like, I'm actually confused. What do you want, Quinn? Do you want shooting in Matt Thomas? Or do you want, I guess, playmaking in Trent Forrest? Because you got both of them in Elijah Hughes. They're in one player. They're in one guy. Eric C., welcome to All-Star. We got an All-Star. All-Star and Eric C. Eric C. C stands for captain of the All-Star team, baby. Newest All-Star on the team. Welcome to the channel, Eric. I appreciate it. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Eric. Yes. Walking proud. So anyways, I want to talk about the X-Men now. Have you guys read the X-Men Omnibus? The first book of X-Men written by Chris Claremont? There was a character whose name was Thunderbolt. And he was kind of interesting. He was this cool, like, Native American, like, he could run really fast and he was super powerful and he hunted buffaloes and he killed buffaloes. And he was on the X-Men in the X-Men Omnibus. You can go read it and it's kind of fun. And he was this abrasive attitude and he talked back to Cyclops and he called him Psych. And Cyclops would talk back to Thunderbolt and be like, don't call me Psych. And Thunderbolt would be like, okay, Psych. And that was the... And guess what? They killed Thunderbolt in like the 5th comic. Why? Because Thunderbolt is the same thing as Wolverine. And like multiple other X-Men. You have the same thing in Wolverine. Wolverine's just kind of cooler and better. Not that Thunderbolt isn't cool. I think Thunderbolt is cool. But he was redundant. The thing... Quinn needs to get rid of Thunderbolt on the Jazz. He needs to get rid of Thunderbolt. Because guess what? Trent Forrest and Matt Thomas sprinkle in a little size and the X gene, and you've got Elijah Hughes. That's who you have. Play him. Play Elijah Hughes. Play Elijah Hughes. Play Elijah Hughes. Play him, play him, play him. He went to Syracuse. He could shoot the ball. Guess what? I don't care how bad his defense is. We didn't care about defense with Matt Thomas. We didn't care about it. We didn't care about defense with Trent Forrest. We don't care. We don't care about defense with Boyan. We don't care. We don't care. So why? Why doesn't he play? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Oh, Eric, see, you had to hurt my feelings and say Desmond Bane. You had to hurt my feelings. Eric, you knew I like him. You knew it. We could have had Desmond Bane. Let's not even talk about that. I'll lose my mind. Well, I'll lose my mind. We could have had Desmond Bane. He would have played tonight. Anyone who said that Elijah Hughes never plays, but anyone who said that Desmond Bane wouldn't have played, then maybe Quinn might not have played him tonight too. He would have played Trent Forrest just to piss me off. That's why he does these things. I don't understand. Quinn, are you in there, Quinn? Quinn, can you hear me, Quinn? Why? I'm done, guys. I can't do it anymore. I can't. If he doesn't play Elijah Hughes, I'm going to lose my mind. I can't. Play Elijah Hughes. Play him. Play him. That's all I got to say. That's it. All right, guys. Nice win for the... Oh, we didn't talk about Mike Conley. Mike Conley had 14 assists tonight. Mike Conley's freaking amazing. Mike Conley with a nice line of... Well, he didn't shoot the ball well, 5 for 13, but those 14 assists were amazing. And if you want to know who was probably setting, and I don't have time. Who are we kidding? I'm not going to go look. But my guess is that Mike Conley was the one that was setting up George Niang for a lot of his shots. Mike Conley is incredible. Incredible. He really is. He is in the perfect position with the Jazz right now. He's in the perfect position. Elijah Bart, have you been drinking? No, I'm just a weirdo. I'm just strange. I'm just weird. I'm weird. But Mike Conley is in the perfect position with the Jazz because as he gets older, he can play off of Donovan and just be a complementary player that can play secondary pick and rolls. So when Donovan Mitchell is being guarded by this guy, Lu Dort, who's incredible, and he needs to pass it off, let Mike Conley go against the secondary defender and feast. You know, and I love that Mike Conley can play with Gobert against second units. And that was a big difference between tonight and last night is Mike Conley playing with that second unit is incredible. It's really good. We saw that rumor today. Who knows if it's real, but that like the Heat might kind of go after Mike Conley. You know what's funny is those rumors make me think agents are talking. It makes me just think that Mike Conley's agent is trying to just ensure, like, hey, Jazz, just a reminder, you need to pay Mike Conley. And so they're probably going to pay Mike Conley lots of money. Elijah Bart, no, James has been snorting. The only thing I've been snorting is Oreos. I had 18 Oreos today, but they were within my diet. I had Oreos for lunch. Maybe that's why I'm crazy. But anyways, Elijah Hughes needs to play more. Mike Conley plays off of Donovan Mitchell, and it's great. I would love to make a trade in this offseason to find a way to get Lu Dort or some kind of impactful defender like this. Something like this. DW 199, Jazz going all the way. Maybe. But the other guy that tonight had a nice little night, and this is what we'll end on. Boyan Bogdanovic was 23 points tonight. He was 10 for 10 from the free throw line, which is nice. If he'd have made his free throws against the Suns, we would have won that game. But it is what it is. But I just think that if Boyan can hit his threes like he did last game, and he can score effectively like he did tonight, because Boyan started to look really good. He did have that little thing with his wrist. Let's hope he's okay. I just think he needs to just snort some Oreos or something and just be tough. Jazz gave their 199% tonight. I think so. The Jazz are tired, but like we already mentioned it, 5th game in 7 nights tonight, guys. That's got to be tiresome. And I really hope that the Jazz just take 2 days of just like rest these next 2 days and just, get your guys rested, because you see what happened to Jamal Murray, and you don't want that to happen to the Jazz. So, guys, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. If you're not a part of the channel, join the channel like Eric C., our new all-star freaking champion. Let's see. I've got to refresh it because we got Eric C. on the channel. And I think Amar joined today. Amar, my hero. Let's see. Let's pull it up. All right, let's give a shout-out to our all-stars tonight. Eric C., the newest all-star on the team. Welcome to the all-star team. Kelsey Hamer. Hamer, I'm going to call you the Hammer, Kelsey. You're the Hammer. Kelsey, the Hammer. Donald Schooley, Cody Strickland, Mitt Robach, DW to CB, Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer, Jorge Arizaga, mi amigo, Lee Christensen, Shan Therick, Ryan Perry, the legend, Justin Ty H, Patrick Akubo, Robert Hall, DW Jazz going all the way. Guys, make sure that you like and subscribe. Share the channel with your friends. Share it on social media. Go to Reddit and just like spam Reddit with it. Just like let them all know. Even on all the weird channels, like the X-Men channel. Hey, we talked about X-Men in this video tonight. And Thunderbolt. That's where are you going to get that from anywhere else? You're getting it from this channel, nowhere else, with your Thunderbolt news and your X-Men. Yeah, that's right. That comes from here. Guys, like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Join the channel. You're all amazing. I will talk to you next time.